Okay, now think about what that actually teaches people watching this, especially children. They don't see accountability. They see that if you want attention, you have to do something extreme, something risky, something even life-threatening. So when a leader like Helen Zille swims in dirty, unsafe water to make a point, it doesn't stay symbolic. It becomes a behavior. Children in townships already play in unsafe water, in open drains, in places where infrastructure is broken, and we already know what happens. Children get sick, some drown, some die, and that's real life. So when leadership normalizes that kind of behavior, even if the intention is to highlight a problem, the signal being sent is very dangerous. It tells people that risk is the price of being heard instead of showing them how to use systems safely and effectively. So now, when people go out to vote in municipal elections this year, what are they rewarding? Are they rewarding systems that work quietly and consistently? Or are they rewarding moments that look good on camera? Because those are not the same thing. A viral stunt feels like leadership, but it is not governance. Governance is fixing pipes before they burst. It is responding to logged complaints on time. It is maintaining infrastructure without needing a crisis to trigger action. If people start voting based on visibility instead of performance, they are choosing leaders who react instead of leaders who manage. And that choice has long-term consequences that do not show up in one viral moment. It also creates a very dangerous cycle. Because once leaders realize that attention gets results faster than systems, they start leaning into that behavior more. They'll start to do more stunts, more public displays, more pressure through embarrassment instead of proper administration. And while that might fix one problem quickly, it weakens the entire system over time. Because engineers and city departments get pulled into reacting instead of planning. Work gets delayed because resources are redirected to whatever is trending in that moment. And when something goes wrong, when a child gets hurt playing in an active repair site or untreated water, now, now you have real consequences that slow everything down even more. Where projects have to stop and investigations need to start and fear spreads. And then, the system becomes less effective. This stunt lowers the standard of leadership. Let's be so for real. Because now the bar is not who can manage systems effectively, it becomes who can get attention the fastest. And that is a problem when people are voting. Because voters start confusing visibility with competence. A viral moment feels like action, but it is not the same as building systems that work without needing a stunt. So when you step back, this is not just about one random, unplanned incident. It's about what kind of leadership we are being trained to accept. Because elections are not just about choosing a person, they are about choosing a standard. If the standard becomes performance over discipline, where instead of going into the very expensive offices with very expensive security and expensive equipment to do the administrative work through the system we have been told is supposed to work for us, and rather going outside for a frolic in one pothole out of thousands in one city because you want a viral moment for votes, then the system will always feel unstable. But if people start demanding leaders who can manage infrastructure properly, who respect due process, who deliver results without having to resort to unnecessary spectacle, then things begin to shift. That is why it matters to be careful when voting. Because everything that looks impressive in a moment can cost you years of poor governance later. And once that cycle starts, it is very hard to reverse. There is a trade-off for everything. And some people truly believe that they only need to make fools of themselves for a moment so that they can take your power away from you for a lifetime. You are smarter than to fall for it.